check this out, y'all. This is how Africans and Caribbeans capitalize off Black American holidays.
Celebration Juneteenth is not the day to tell us a few things. One, I don't see color. Yes, you do, and we
June 30th, niggas is have me jumping up out my motherfucking bed like, yo, like somebody ran up in my motherfucking house, son. Come on. I need the same energy for Juneteenth that y'all got for 4th of July. What's up?
Now, some of y'all is about to be real mad at me, but it must be fucking said. This Juneteenth, when I go out, I don't want to hear no Afro beats. I don't want to hear no Amapiano. I don't want to hear no reggae. I don't want to hear no soca. I don't want to hear no calypso. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear straight nigga shit. I want to hear straight African American music. Okay? I'm not trying to reignite the diaspora wars, but this is our holiday. Okay? Descendants of slaves. Specifically descendants of slaves in Texas, Galveston, Texas. I'm not a Texan, but you know, everybody from Texas from Louisiana anyway, so anywho, I digress. I don't want to hear none of that other shit. I want to hear Negroid music. Okay? Thank you.
Let me tell y'all something. Caribbeans refusing to not only stop celebrating Juneteenth, but still insisting on playing their own music, flying their own flags, eating their own cultural food. I hope Black Americans understand that this is a protest against Black Americans. I hope that y'all truly understand that. The same way white immigrants are protesting what they view as white Americans because they don't view our government as our government. You feel what I'm saying? The same way they are protesting white Americans. What do you think these black immigrants are doing? You feel what I'm saying? This is a protest. Y'all think it's a coincidence a couple days after a flag day? Was that not enough? You feel what I'm saying? Not a month after Haitian Flag Day or Haitian Freedom Day? You feel what I'm saying? It is a protest showing that we are not here to respect you. We are here to get your identity and your stuff. What part of that don't y'all understand? You feel what I'm saying? They honestly think that taking flags out of bios is just enough. Just enough. Y'all fail to realize, even if a law does not exist to us, we're still home. Even if a law does not include us, we're still home. You feel what I'm saying? But I hope that y'all truly understand it. Y'all sitting around, y'all talking about why is the Caribbean food being served at the African American Museum for Juneteenth? That is because of who's in power. Y'all have blacked us for so long. This inner argument with foundational Black Americans, just us, this inner argument that always happens when these topics come up, and y'all will turn around and Black is Black, we're all Black, and this is why this type of shit goes on. Because people like y'all view them as just Black is Black, and they get in positions of power and do this retarded ass shit to us. You feel what I'm saying? It's time for all their holidays to get the fuck up, because giving y'all a holiday to celebrate on somebody else's land. I mean, come on now. The least y'all can do is turn around and get y'all foot off people's neck. You feel what I'm saying? Do y'all really think that the videos of our elders talking about giving us old Indian stories or telling us the stories of the land, how they acquired this land, how did they make money during the plantations and X, Y, and Z, do y'all really think these same videos don't go up on their timeline too? Yes. And you know what happens? They then peek in the living room, look at their grandparents with disgust. They looking at their grandparents sit on the floor chopping up that meat. And the only story they got to tell them is a boat ride and they poor story from their land. That's it. And they don't like it. They don't like it. Y'all really think that none of our elder videos go up on their timeline? They skip it. They don't like it. They don't like their stuff. Okay? They don't like their stuff. The same thing I said about accents. Why New York accents sound a little funny. Why Atlanta accents sound a little funny. That is because you are looking at Black immigrants that are born and raised around us. So they have a twinge of an accent. But see, theirs is still up underneath it. Because they're going into a house with a different culture, a different accent, and a different way of life. So their only ties with that specific accent and that specific culture is their immediate surroundings and movies and movies and music and shit like that. They're not going into the house, and they're not passed on the same way we're called. Certain ones of us are called wise beyond our years or something like that, or we sound old and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? Because this type of sayings that we are saying, it has been passed down to us from our grandparents, and you know what I mean? Well, hell, color me pink and put me in a pig pen. You feel what I'm saying? They don't have that, and they're angry about it. That is why they have been protesting, being clandestine on being able to cosplay us. They really think that taking flags out of bios is enough. They really think that their brown skin and the ability of people to not be able to distinguish us visually is enough. They don't get it. Losers.
Okay, y'all, it's kind of my attention that folk really don't know what Juneteenth is. Yeah, now I let y'all chill on St. Patrick's Day because y'all really didn't know why y'all was drinking. I let y'all chill on Cinco de Mayo because y'all really didn't know y'all was drinking, but not on Juneteenth, baby. Let's get into it. So boom, slavery was technically over in 1863. Lincoln was like, okay, y'all free, right? But in Texas, in Texas, they was like, shh, don't tell them yet. Don't tell them down here. We want to get some more of that free labor. So the slaves were still out there picking cotton, struggling, sweating, all of that for 2 more years, y'all. On June 19, 1865, Union soldiers pulled up like, y'all know y'all free, right? Y'all know y'all been free, right? And our ancestors out there like, what you said? Oh, snap. So Juneteenth, June 19th, is the real Independence Day for us, okay? It's giving liberation, joy, and you tried it vibes, all in one. It's our barbecues, with our cousin on the grill and them Jesus sandals, with our red Solo cups, with our playlist that got Frankie Beverly and Megan Thee Stallion on it. So now that you know what Juneteenth is for real, how you gonna celebrate this year?
Juneteenth is an African American holiday, okay? I'm not saying that only African Americans can celebrate it, but it is our holiday. So I basically saw some Black Carribeans, arguing about how, African Americans are trying to gatekeep Juneteenth and it's to celebrate all Black people. And it's just like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Juneteenth is not a holiday just to celebrate being Black. Juneteenth is literally to celebrate the emancipation of slaves in the United States of America. Okay, like, I feel like anybody could celebrate it. White people could celebrate it. But as long as you know what you're celebrating, which is slavery ending in the United States of America. Now, I do think that all Black people should celebrate it, even if you're not African American, especially if you're living in the United States, because if it was not for the Emancipation Proclamation, you would not be able to live it freely in the United States. If it wasn't for the freaking civil rights, movement, you wouldn't be able to live here freely and not get lynched. So I don't think there's anything wrong with celebrating African Americans. I don't know why we are hated on so bad. Like, my ancestors really did their big one. They really did their big one. But let's not try to, rewrite history and change the true meaning of the holiday.
Check this out, y'all. This is how Africans and Caribbeans capitalized off Black American holidays.
Celebration of Juneteenth, we have just launched a really special African Net Sponge bundle. This one we're calling Sankofa. It's a very special bundle, and we're launching it in celebration of Juneteenth to honor our heritage and celebrate who we are.
This is not about honoring or celebrating Juneteenth. This is strictly the money, dollars. She about to make a couple of thousand off these products. As a Black American, if you're a Black American, I would not support this at all. Because if you turned around and did some type of Ghana day, one of their celebrations, I'm not even familiar with what they celebrate. Because it's not known like that. They could make money and get away with it because Black American holidays are known, right? But back to my point, no one, you wouldn't be able to make money because no one from Ghana, no Ghana people will buy the product from you because they'll just look at it like you're marketing and capitalizing off their culture. This is like cultural appropriation to its fullest. But anyway, I'm gonna check out that Trump travel ban list. I'm gonna check that list out.
I'm sorry, I just cannot let this shit slide. Y'all will fuck up. Y'all will manage to fuck up a sleep schedule if 4th of July was around the corner. It is June 17th right now. That's why I'm speaking. It's June 17th. Why the fuck I don't hear no fireworks? Are y'all dead ass? But watch, as soon as 4th of July come, fucking June 30th niggas is have me jumping up out my motherfucking bed like, yo, like somebody ran up in my motherfucking house, son? Come on. I need the same energy for Juneteenth that y'all got for 4th of July. What's up?
The topic of Juneteenth is so interesting to me because I'm from Houston and Juneteenth has always been a thing for us. We always knew what Juneteenth was. Growing up, we went to the Freedom Tree to celebrate Juneteenth. So it's so interesting seeing all of the country acknowledging Juneteenth and it not being something that they had already known about. I'm extremely excited that the heritage of those that were not freed at the same time is being brought to the light. But I really encourage people to do their research on the exact meaning of Juneteenth and what it is and what I grew up learning about since I was like school aged. And I don't know if you say happy Juneteenth because it's like we're celebrating the freedom of slaves that shouldn't have been enslaved in the first place. But Juneteenth is acknowledged, and it's not something new to those of us that are raised in the South, specifically in Texas.
Trying to prevent you from messing up on Juneteenth. So listen up, and you might want to save. Juneteenth is not the day to tell us a few things. 1, I don't see color. Yes, you do, and we know it. 2, slavery ended a long time ago. Just don't go there. 3, happy Juneteenth. Can I come to your cookout? No. If you weren't invited, it means you're not invited. Don't invite yourself. 4, I'm not racist. You actually don't get to deem yourself that. We do, but thanks for your opinion. 5, hey, I'm so excited that I have Juneteenth off. Do you have any suggestions for me of what I should do? Google search engine can. And secondly, did you know there are a bunch of Black people who don't have the day off and paid, but there's other people who do, that it's not meant for.
Facts about Juneteenth that you may not know that you probably should. While many enslaved African Americans are being freed through Lincoln's 1863 Emancipation Proclamation all the way up to April of 1865 when the Civil War officially ended, the news of freedom didn't officially hit enslaved African Americans in Texas until a Union general came to Galveston, Texas on June 19th to announce via general order that all slaves were free. 2. Juneteenth is not just celebrated in the United States. A lot of people don't know this, but there's actually an Afro-Mexican town in the northern region of Mexico that celebrates Juneteenth as well. There's a town in the Coahuila region of northern Mexico called El Nacimiento de los Negros, and they celebrate Juneteenth due to many of their residents being descendants of enslaved African Americans in Texas that fled to Mexico. 3. Juneteenth actually has its own flag, which as you see I rep proudly. 4. Juneteenth is not the Black 4th of July. It's a legitimate African American holiday that we've been celebrating for quite some time. Which leads me to number 5. We've been celebrating Juneteenth since its inception, starting the year afterward in 1866, which consisted of community gathering and singing of spirituals, to where it is now where we're having entire citywide celebrations across the country.
Juneteenth is in 3 days, and I think that we should keep it at home. I've been thinking, as we approach this holiday, let us remember what this day is really about. It's not a day off or a festival or a public event. This is a sacred day of liberation, reflection, and family restoration. And this year, I encourage all of us to celebrate at home. I think we should gather with our families. We should honor our ancestors. We need to start cooking our own meals, have our own conversations, and build our own spaces of love and power. We don't need to crowd the streets or spend money in these public venues. Let's keep our dollars in our own community and pour it into each other. This is the time to heal, strategize, and uplift one another in private, protected spaces. Juneteenth is our day, and I believe that we should honor it with intention. So let's stay home, let's stay safe, and let's stay unified.